This Week 11 College Football edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by MyBookie.ag. Right now, to honor football, MyBookie is offering up to $1,000 in free bets using the promo code SGP. That's right, $1,000 in bonus bets on your first deposit when you use the promo code SGP. Play, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. We're also brought to you by Ace Per Head. Ace is the leader in pay-per-head providers, and they make it super easy to start your own sportsbook. Plus, Ace is offering up to 6 weeks free over at aceperhead.com/SGP. That's aceperhead.com/SGP. Finally, we're also brought to you by ExpressVPN. Looking to protect your online activity? Hide your location to avoid local blackouts? Why don't you check out ExpressVPN, where you can get 3 months free at expressvpn.com/SGP. That's expressvpn.com/SGP. Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking that money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer, rocking the Yale rugby shirt. What's up, Kramer dog?
Yeah, I'm not. Things are the Kramer F My Life tour. Strong right now.
It's that black cat, man.
What the fuck?
Ran out in the field. The Giants were up.
You guys want to talk about Virginia Tech basketball? Let's go.
Giants are up to a commanding 9-3 lead, and the black cat ran out on the field. Kevin Harlan, great call on the black cat. Make sure you check that out. But we're here to talk about college football. In studio as always, Colby D, a.k.a. the Dantabase himself. What's up, Dant?
I mean, he's wearing a private school pussy shirt. What's going on?
Is he switching over? Tough. Virginia Tech, also oh man.
For the record,
Notre Dame so close to the outright victory.
I mean, come on now. What happened there?
Well, a couple things happened. One,
just when you think the Fuck My Life tour and Kramer Centric is
done.
About to be put away, it comes back like that Undertaker gif out of nowhere. It seems dead, and it rises from the grave.
I mean, what is there to commentate on? This was a great performance by Bud Foster in the defense. Notre Dame is trash, not that good. Unfortunately, it looks like they're going to go over their win total now. We nailed the situational letdown that Notre Dame would potentially have.
Yep.
The spread was never in question, but it was clear that some of the referees must have had Notre Dame thrown in a money line parlay, because
there were some horrible calls in that game, dude.
I'm not even going to be like all the calls. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be the guy that says that one call on the interception that would have ended the game where it was not roughing the passer. I told myself I wasn't going to use too many F-bombs
I'll
today.
use them for you if you want.
And it was tough. It was tough to consume. I felt it coming the whole time. It was a completely different feeling than that of watching Monday Night Football, where the Giants just complete dumpster fire. And college basketball started today, guys. So
there you go. Transitioning to college basketball, and of course, as always, the college basketball picks page is back, better than ever. You can go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Just click that NCAAB drop-down menu down to college basketball picks, or stay tuned at Gambling Podcast. We retweet it every day. Colby,
we were on fire tonight. Open up the season on the right way. I mean, just killing it. There's still some games pending, or I'd shout out a record, so I don't know what it will be currently.
It's good, though.
Oh, it's really good.
It's good.
It's really good right now. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, no, I wore the Ivy League shirt because I don't know if you saw the game last weekend, or at least the ending of the Dartmouth game.
I did not.
Hail Mary, baby.
Really? I need to put this on the SGP feed, I think.
This is more about supporting rugby and a collegiate program that isn't Virginia Tech today. Unfortunately, people seem to be forgetting that Justin Fuente is attempting to abort the program. He's literally like alleyway hanger style trying to abort the program.
Oh, my God, right.
I'm sorry. That's what he's doing, right? We've discussed this.
That is a disgusting act.
We've talked about how, it was quite clever, right? They have no scholarships. There's no point in firing him right now. They have no scholarships to give out next year. 5, I think. 5 or 7. Whatever. Let's move
Well, he's
forward.
going to go to the
Mike
coach.
Young and this basketball team, unbelievable optimism there. So how will that fall apart?
Opening up the season on the road, ACC play, getting the dub.
Since when do they actually play meaningful games in the beginning
That's
of the season?
why college basketball. They listened to Coach K. He lobbied for this in the offseason, saying we give him the month of November. We just give it away to the NBA and all the other sports. I love it. I love it as a
Okay.
college basketball diehard. You know,
So we're not going to like Hawaii anymore and playing those
we're
classics?
still doing that. They're still
No
doing that around
games on a
Thanksgiving.
battleship?
I was actually going to try to.
Those are always. You always got to love the under anytime they play on a carrier.
I was going to try to persuade you guys to send me out to cover the Maui Invitational, but
Serious question.
I know Sean was going to tell me to go fuck myself.
Yeah,
Serious
that's
question.
not in the budget database.
Why are we not doing like the Venice Beach Invitational with these colleges? Like get an exhibition thing going. Why not more
I think
street ball?
I think of the homeless population in Venice. You know, you were out there. You recorded a podcast with me in my house, and you went to the drum circle after that. I remember. And
Oh wow, it's just
That's
a
where you
normal
gotta-
Tuesday.
Got his boa constrictor. All right,
Wow. Oh.
let's get to it. Let's talk a little college football, baby. And of course, the presenting sponsor of this podcast and all the podcasts they hear over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com and the Sports Gambling Podcast Network feed. It's all brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Oh my God. Bowl season right around the corner. College basketball, like we said, just tipping off. NBA. And of course, the National Football League. They even got tennis up here. Tennis? What the hell's going on with that?
next week, Kramer will be wearing a tennis T-shirt, I think. Right?
It's gonna get that bad. He'll be talking tennis, soccer, U.S. politics. Oh man, who doesn't want to bet on politics? But seriously, tons of college football, college basketball, NBA, and the National Football League. Even a little NHL.
No
the
collusion.
Association. It's all happening over at mybookie.ag, and if you use that promo code SGP, you get a 100% deposit bonus. Play, win, and most importantly, get paid over at mybookie.ag.
Sean, Champions League going on right now.
Oh, yeah, I cannot wait.
One of your favorite teams, Ajax or Ajax as you call them, they played today. You should check out the Champions League preview from Mr.
You know-
Billy Bahate on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, Sean.
Ryan, I was really considering watching some soccer, but then I remembered.
First of all, I ain't no bitch.
Shout out to Joel Embiid.
Wasn't he
really,
a soccer player growing up?
No, dude, he was killing lions. Haven't you read his biography? He killed like multiple lions.
He's the African
That's why-
Kevin Cobb.
All right.
Three people got that reference.
I
I was one of them.
Exactly.
I got that one.
Tied in-
I got
tied
Two
that
of
in-
one.
them are in the room.
Tied to Bubby Brister, and Colby will be really excited.
I saw Kevin Cobb light up ECU for 500 yards in Greenville one time. I got really hammered that day. So, I mean,
How do we start the show? Do we do a moment of silence for Willie Taggart, or
oh, man. They
We-
found that buyout money. Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
They said $20 million is too much. We're going to let him coach another couple of years. Just start losing
Meanwhile,
enough games.
there's going to be like an unfinished highway in Florida because of Willie Taggart. People will just be like driving off the on ramp. What happened to the money?
have you been to Florida?
Willie!
There's a lot of unfinished everything in Florida.
They're not going to be able to shut down the pill mills,
Florida, the
because all the money that's supposed to go to the FBI or like local law enforcement instead is just going to Willie Taggart.
Whenever I think of Florida, I just think of that like kind of like the airplane angle from Cocaine Cowboys of showing like 70s Miami.
Yeah.
Just a complete shit show.
That's
Ah.
good, man.
Yeah, tough one for old Florida State there. And Gil Brandt tweeted out
Oh.
a meme.
Oh, man.
Which is crazy because I'm pretty sure the guy doesn't know how to use memes. And he even-
Grandkids got a hold of the account.
although he was one of the leaders in football analytics, first decided to put football numbers into a computer, Gil
Wow.
Brandt. And he tweeted out a photo of Baker Mayfield, kind of like that before and after Baker Mayfield photo that everyone seems to be having fun with. And the first one is, Mike Leach for the Florida State head coaching
Ooh.
job. All other candidates. And the all other
Wow.
candidates for the FSU job is, of course, the sad Baker Mayfield with the mustache.
But we're hoping Coach Lee stays in Pullman, right?
I think Pullman's a great fit for Coach
Yeah.
Leach. It's Bigfoot adjacent. They don't have big feet down in Florida. Maybe chupacabras. I could see him getting in. Well, I think what is alluring about Florida is strong pirate connections. And I think the sea could be calling his name. There's a lot of sunken ships outside the coast of Florida. That could be part of the appeal.
But he's landlocked there in Tallahassee.
I believe Leach stays in a place in Key West, if memory serves me correct. So that's kind of far. I would think maybe he'd have to go for the Miami
if
job or
anyone
something.
you think is
Wait,
like,
what kind of pirates we talking about here?
he's very close to Bermuda. He can sail out to the Bermuda Triangle, investigate some stuff. I feel like Mike Leach in the Bermuda Triangle is a real possibility.
He just doesn't strike me as a guy who's going to recruit the state of Florida well. You know what I mean?
It's true. I don't think he'll be big into Smiles and South Star rap albums.
He is perfect for the Pacific Northwest, and again, super excited.
Yeah.
We will be there, and oh my God, almost 8 days now.
Oh,
we'll be
shit.
heading up to Washington,
Pullman.
the great state of Washington, hanging out, gonna go catch a game.
You want an
hopefully,
updated weather report, Sean?
Yes.
Sure, let's do it.
Let's see. 10-day forecast for Pullman. All right. What days are we? Oh, they have the dates. We're going to be there.
And of course, while Ryan's pulling up the weather,
Fucking
if
ad
you guys, if you're a Cougars alum, if you're a Washington State student, if you're going to be in the area, or if you've ever been in the area and have some local stuff to tell us about, feel free to drop us a line at
Food,
Podcast.
specifically.
The cheese.
Sandwiches.
I've told you guys. I've heard about the cheese.
All right.
We got to go on a
Saturday.
cheese tasting.
We want bar recommendations, sports bar to watch, NFL on Sunday, and food recommendations. Those are the two essentials. So,
And if you
please.
run an establishment in Pullman and you'd
Oh,
like
yeah.
to host
Yes.
the
you want
sports
to host
gambling
a meet and
podcast,
greet? Hit us up.
I'd love to
ha-
do some stand-up there, too.
Happy to watch football there on Sunday. Don't oversell yourself, Kobe. Relax. Saturday, November 16th, it's going to be a high of 43, low of 35 with a 30% chance of rain.
Oh, that sounds.
Wow.
Fucking football weather,
I think we're going to
baby.
need, what are those things called?
Edibles?
We're gonna need some hoodies.
Confirm.
What's the thing called? You throw the plastic tarp over you. What's
Oh.
it?
What,
Fuck,
like a
man.
poncho?
Yeah,
Poncho?
poncho's what I'm looking for.
Come on, dude. You're
I'm
in
drinking
LA.
John Jameson.
know,
I haven't had rain in 6 months.
I didn't think of. I thought about not giving you that, James.
Yeah, what was going-
I was putting some apple
We got to
juice.
get our shit going mentally.
Come on, Ryan. What are you thinking? Loading the database up with liquor.
It's
this
very.
early.
It's very late too.
Sorry
For
yeah,
you,
late.
buddy. All right.
All right. Do we want to weigh in, Colby or Kramer, on the college football playoff?
It's a joke.
Is it relevant?
It's
here?
not a playoff. It's an invitational. Did I mention this? How many years
Yes.
do we got to do this? Minnesota, number 17. Number 17, a team that's got a harder schedule than Alabama thus far.
Number 7.
far.
Well, just to be clear, the database top 25 has Alabama 6, Minnesota 7.
Yeah, but I'm saying is Minnesota's had some close calls. I'm giving Bama the benefit of the doubt, but I'm saying to have them 17.
Well,
is
but
ridiculous.
I would say they're kind of hating on Minnesota, but Minnesota has a path to prove themselves, right? Because they have
Well, so does Alabama. so
well,
does
they
every
have,
team.
they
on
have
this
Penn
thing.
State, they have Iowa, and they have Wisconsin. So if they win those 3 games, they'll be in the top 10 for sure.
But I mean, why put them at 17 then?
Because they're not a major market.
How is Georgia ahead of Oklahoma? Oklahoma lost their game on the road to a team that's very good in Kansas State. Georgia loses at home to a third-string quarterback in South Carolina. What the fuck is that? South Carolina's got a losing record? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. The logic is retarded.
Well,
How is Baylor not?
Yeah,
higher?
Baylor should be.
Baylor, a team I predicted. My
Ooh.
Baylor and Oregon,
Pout, baby.
I put in the college football playoff, and they both went out. They both have a shot to get in there.
I mean,
But
even
I
if
need a little
even
bit
if
of
Baylor
help.
loses a game, they could win. They could beat Oklahoma again in the Big 12 championship.
Yeah,
or-
they
you
have
know?
to. I guess they could lose to Oklahoma as long as they beat them in the Big 12 championship, but they need a little help from some of the SEC.
But at
The
end of-
SEC's not even good this year, dude.
I
There's
know,
like 7
Colby,
horrible
but I'm
teams.
I'm saying who's clearly ahead of them in the ranking.
That they're a joke. They're a fucking joke. I can't.
the real next level thing that Sean did, the internet's not talking about this yet, but he accidentally left Clemson out of his playoff.
What was accidental about it?
Well, at the time it was accidental. Clemson not in the current playoff field. I mean, at the end of the day, none of this really matters. The top
No.
4, I think they got the top 2 teams right. I think
No, but they got the order wrong. LSU's got a much harder schedule than Ohio State thus far.
Look, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me who gets the 1 seed, who gets the 2
No,
seed.
because that's a big deal, man. Because they've gotten the playoff wrong every year.
But now I will say they will. This is wrong if LSU and Alabama play in the first round. They play each other. This will sort itself out. I think the Penn State Ohio State thing that's going to sort some stuff
Yeah.
out. So some of this,
Well, Penn
it's
State
a moot
plays
point.
Minnesota this weekend.
It's again, I like Minnesota, but they're going to be correct when Minnesota gets their ass kicked.
I think they're going to.
17
we'll get
feels
to it.
wrong.
We'll get to it.
But
It is wrong.
I-
Michigan
I-
at 14 is a fucking joke, dude.
why?
Because Wisconsin beat them by 35 points.
I agree. I think there's some clear biases here. I think Wake Forest on this
Yeah.
list is gross.
Memphis, I mean, dude, they're the worst. They're the absolute worst.
To me,
Their standards are terrible. Read the rule, like Pino. I went on Inside Vegas, which is now I know something else, but I'm saying
no, it's still inside Vegas.
okay. But I went on that show, and Pina actually read to me because I had never gone to the website and read their laws of what they look at. I challenge you to look at that. It's fucking unbelievable, dude.
What about it?
I mean, it just go to the website, learn about it. Each one is so bad that it. Just read these. All right. Read
Every
them.
game counts.
Yeah. Read it. Read within it though. Read within it.
We'll get to it. I mean, I don't think people want to. This is what we gave them whiskey. I'm sorry. Sean.
All right, let's get to it. Let's crack open the 6-pack.
We don't have a problem with
Whiskey's
the
in my
top
blood.
two, though. We don't have a problem with the top.
No, I do. I have a problem with the order.
Hey, while we're
Hold on, let me
they're-
ask.
we're giving the playoff exactly what they want. They want people to argue about it instead of just having 16 teams where there's literally going to be no argument and it's settled on the field. So let's not buy into it and let's.
Let
just
me
move
ask
on.
Colby this though: if we were doing the proper way, which is 10 conference winners,
Yes.
6 wild cards, where do those 6 wild cards come from right now?
The 6 teams.
Yeah, where are those 6 wild?
Well,
2 from the Big Ten, potentially.
Yep. Right now it'd be 2. 1.
right? So Big Ten's getting 3 teams in. The SEC's getting 2 teams in. The
maybe
Pac is the
probably,
Pac
no, the SEC's probably gonna get 3 in.
3.
But
okay,
but
so
after this week it would change.
You got 2 spots left. Where are they going?
Pac-12 probably you're gonna put
1 for the Pac-12, 1 for the Big 12.
Yeah, I
Done.
think so.
All right. That's the way it should be.
Maybe. Well,
Because you know what though, who really wants to see an extra like 3 relevant college football games?
Yeah.
We'd rather see the Smokey the Bear, fucking Memphis Tire Bowl.
yeah. I mean, it's just retarded.
Because I'm dying to see why is Florida? I'm upset with Florida. I'm upset. Well, how is Florida 10 and Auburn 11?
Dude, it's retarded.
That's
Florida's
ridiculous.
ahead of Baylor. Florida played 2 FCS teams this year.
Most importantly, they've lost twice.
It's ridiculous.
What are you judging
absolutely
it on?
ridiculous,
A 2-loss
dude.
team is ahead of an undefeated.
Baylor's played a good schedule so far, better than Alabama's schedule so far.
So far.
I'm saying right as of today, when they're looking at these things.
How is Notre Dame ahead of Minnesota?
Yeah, how's dude? I mean, come on.
I'm just trolling. Let's go. Let's get to the 6-pack.
It's really bad.
Take
Okay,
control.
Week 10. Just real quick. Once again, I hit my lock and my bonus lock. Kramer hit his lock and his tees.
I should have hit a plus 700 dog too. By the way,
We were over on our dogs.
Actually, I hit my
hopefully
tees.
you bought the
ne-
point and a
you
half
still
on
never
that one.
updated this. I hit my tees.
What did I do? What did I do?
I hit my tees. Your mathematics are wrong.
Uh,
Washington lost by less than 9.5 points.
Yes. Colby did hit his tees. Congratulations for Colby.
oh, that's right.
For
They got
hitting
they
his tees.
backdoored the tees. I'm sorry. You're
But
right.
right now, bonus locks seem to be the way to go with this podcast. Ryan hitting at 70%, myself 60, Colby 70%. Regular locks, Ryan 50, myself 45, and Colby 55. So those seem to be the way to go.
No, the way to go is my top 25 picks, 19 and 11, baby.
Look out. The thing that's clear to avoid is the Colby 6-pack, which no one is doing well at. Most surprisingly, Colby himself, because he gets to pick the games.
Well, look, on the college experience, we lock more than 6. It's
Here
hard
we-
to rate
oh,
6
here we go.
in order. All right, I'm going to prevail at the
Don't
end
make
of the day.
excuses.
There is something funny about us picking all these games that not only are no one watching the games, but we're also not figuring out how to hit consistently.
I don't want to speak for everyone, but I'm pretty juiced up about the Central Florida Tulsa game.
Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Central Florida squaring off in Tulsa. Tulsa, Oklahoma, where UCF, a 17.5 road favorite, Friday, 4 o'clock, a West Coast kick, minus 825 for the UCF Knights. Tulsa, plus 575 on the money line. Colby, what are you doing here?
I'm going to ride with the Golden Hurricane to cover this. The Golden Hurricane are a covering machine that should have covered last week. I don't know what happened. I went to the UCLA-Colorado game, which, by the way, talk about the worst football game I've ever been at.
Is UCLA decent now? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, they're winning. It's Sam Bradford, man. That's it.
So, just to be clear, this is now the third consecutive week we are picking a game in which the Golden Hurricane is playing.
Our guy.
It was 2 weeks ago where we learned that a Golden Hurricane was pissing through a fan on someone.
And
Yet we
they've been-
continue to pick them.
I'm taking Tulsa plus 17.5. The UCF Knights, Central Florida. The defense not what it once used to be. This stat from OddsShark, 26.8 points per game over the team's last 7 games. So if you're giving up 27 points a game, and you're giving a team, 17.5 points at home, that's going to be tough to cover. So yeah, give me Tulsa.
I am 1-1 against the spread over the last 2 weeks, selecting the Golden Hurricane.
Is that courtesy of BetSperts?
Sure, courtesy of BetSperts or my very sweet Google Sheet that we're all looking at right now. Plug that away. I mean, come on. You know my style. I'll piss through a fan on me once, shame on me. Is that what they say? Well, I'm gonna piss through a fan one more time.
What's the expression? I'm going to pee on your leg and tell you it's raining.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, do that in the shower all
Isn't
the
it
time.
spit on
right?
my ass and tell me it's raining?
I don't know. Something like that.
20% of the tickets on Tulsa, but
Ooh.
almost 80% of the money. Danger.
Look out.
Yeah, Central Florida is clearly a very public side here. Let's fade that action.
All right, let's move over to Troy, Alabama. 12:30 Saturday kick, where Troy is a 2.5-point home dog against Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern minus 135. Troy plus 115. Are we back in Troy here? What's going on?
Big letdown spot for Georgia Southern, right?
Yeah, Georgia Southern pulled the upset against App State. I'm still going to ride Georgia Southern because
No.
they're a triple option team. They get better as the season goes along. Troy, Neil Brown's now at West Virginia. This is not the Troy team we're used to. They're not very good. Georgia Southern's going to come into Troy, and we're close to hitting my over on Georgia Southern. So I need this one.
No, you got to fade this letdown spot. You got to take Troy. Georgia Southern just pulled off the upset of the season, correct?
Yeah,
Correct.
but they also did it on a Wednesday. They
They-
have 10 days to prepare now for Troy.
Oh, okay. That's fine. We're going fade the database mode. Give me a dog. Give me Troy. Sean, you can chime in whenever you'd like.
Oh, thank you, Ryan, for allowing me to talk in the fucking podcast.
And then he goes to not talk.
What do you mean I'm going not to talk? I'm about to
He's
say
configuring.
I'm taking Georgia Southern because they're Eagles, and I'm not fading the Eagles. Right? How's that for fucking analysis? They're also 5-2, straight up in their last 7 games. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games against Troy. Much like the Barbarians, they own Troy. So give me Georgia Southern. The Visigoths, they sacked Troy. I expect the same thing from Georgia Southern.
We had to remove Capper Bear from the set last Sunday because the Eagles were playing the Bears. So
Yeah, there
Sean,
you
very
go.
animal-stitious.
And they won and covered. So you're welcome, Ryan. North Texas heading to beautiful Ruston, Louisiana to square off against Louisiana Tech, where Louisiana Tech minus 5.5 favorite, minus 210 on the money line. North Texas plus 175. Colby, are you back in North Texas here?
No. Skip Holtz, East Carolina, former head coach. They beat Virginia Tech several times under Skip Holtz. So, he's doing something good in old Ruston. They lost the first game of the season to Texas. They've won 7 in a row. Now, granted, the schedule's been a little weak. This North Texas team, not the same North Texas team we're used to seeing. Despite what the fuck's the quarterback's name? I'm drawing a blank right now. Mason Fine.
Well, they are 3-12 in their last 15 against the spread. That's
Never
not
a good sign.
And I'm telling you, there's a buzz around town in Ruston about Louisiana Tech winning the Conference USA.
What the buzz around Ruston?
You don't even know, buddy. All right.
I'd like to check out Ruston.
Let's
Isn't
go.
that where there's all those car dealerships down in Orange County? Ruston?
That's Tustin, right?
Oh, Tustin. Listen.
It's a great joke for the one listener in Orange County.
Listen. We
The
all know.
Diamond Exchange is also there. If we're going to talk local TV
Oh,
records.
Ryan Seacrest. Yeah, we all know where Sean's going here. I'm sure he's going to be backing the Mean Green of North Texas.
That was my nickname in high school football. Possibly because they were
How'd
sarcastic.
that work out?
Yeah, I was gonna
How'd that
say-
work out for you?
Is North Texas also sarcastically named Mean Green? Yeah, Louisiana Tech's the play here. What conference was Louisiana Tech in before?
Conference USA.
What
They've
were
been in for a minute.
Have they?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking
And in
Louisiana
fact,
Tech.
they're 8-2 in their last 10 games against an opponent in Conference USA. 7-0 straight up in their last 7. But yeah, North Texas horrific against the spread. I am worried about. I feel like everyone and their mom is on Louisiana Tech here. What's the money split, Ryan?
You think everyone and their mom is on?
My mom just texted me today, and she said, "What do you think about the battle in Ruston?"
65-35 money on North Texas.
Oh, okay. So I love that even more than. If the public's backing North Texas, that this seems like a play on for Louisiana Tech. I'm surprised the public knows who North Texas is. Louisville
Thank you.
headed down to Miami. Square off against Miami of Florida. 12:30 kick. Miami minus 6.5 point favorite, minus 250 on the money line. Louisville plus 200 dog. Do they go in and get the win or the cover in Miami? Colby.
I mean,
Take it
everyone
away.
talks this Manny Diaz thing. They've tried to say Miami's a top 15 preseason team. Look, they've won a few games in a row despite having like 20 yards of offense. Well, not the Florida State game, but the Pitt game and the Virginia game. I still don't believe in this Miami team, and I will tell you the real coach of the year or newcoming coach to the ACC is a guy named Scott Satterfield coming over from App State. This Louisville team was supposed to be really, really bad. They didn't have enough offensive linemen on scholarship. They're moving defensive linemen to offensive line, shit like that. Satterfield is legit. Give me the points, and the Cardinals coming into, you know what? This stadium's not even toxic. You know what I mean?
Does Miami control its own destiny?
No,
No.
I believe they have too many losses.
Who does any?
Virginia controls their own destiny.
And Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
That was just hilarious. Pittsburgh too, probably. No, I think Miami might. Maybe they don't.
No, because Virginia beat Pitt.
Miami. What they do last week?
They beat Florida State.
They
Willie Taggart.
they
made it-
literally murdered
Yeah.
Willie Taggart. Is this a letdown spot?
Yeah, I think so, because you're coming off a huge rivalry game. Like the coach got fired. You're feeling great about that?
Or are we worried that this is like the get you bowl eligible win?
No, because they still have Florida International on the schedule in 2 weeks.
So you're saying that they're not worried about this one.
Yeah.
They're penciling in that Florida International win because they have a road game at Duke. I'm against you. I'm taking Miami. I think these boys want that swag bag at the whatever fucking bowl game they're going to, and they see this is the way to certainly punch that ticket. Miami rolls here. F the U.
Wait, F the U, but are you
Yeah.
picking the U?
What's-
Yeah, I'm picking them, but still.
Okay,
fuck 'em.
I'm very confused here.
Does Louisville have a turnover chain? No. Does Miami have a turnover chain? Yes. Always take the turnover chain. Louisville.
I'm not down with that logic.
Louisville? Are we really?
It's a basketball school.
Yeah. Come on, Colby. They're-
Lamar Jackson's in the NFL.
2-9 ATS in their last 11 games against anyone in the ACC. 6-14 ATS in their last 20 games. That includes a decent chunk with their new coach.
I locked up Louisville tonight in basketball, and that came through for me. It's gonna
Right.
happen
Yeah, it's a
again.
basketball school.
It's a basketball school.
Now that
Wow.
basketball started, I'm going to start pointing out. We've done a bunch of basketball schools already. If you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
That we have.
Georgia Southern, Troy, North Texas.
Is Florida Gulf Coast, are they involved in here?
They're working on getting
Univers-
funding for their football program.
What are they? Dunk University? What were they?
Oh man.
Dunk City was it? Or
No,
Dunk City.
it was like Lob City. It was something close to.
Yeah, something like that.
It was. They were a chiropractor school, right?
Well, their coach Joe Dooley left for East Carolina, so
Oh,
they've been
okay.
shit ever since he left for East Carolina. They're in the bottom of their division. East Carolina about to just shock the world like they normally do.
Okay.
Get ready.
Dunk City.
That was it.
Yeah.
Thought it
That's
was
kind of a
something better
shitty
than
name. I thought it was something cooler. Florida Dunk Coast. That's not very catchy. All right. Speaking of games in Florida in which no one will be watching, Florida International squares off against Florida Atlantic in Boca Raton, 3:00 West Coast kick. FAU -10, -390 on the money line. Florida International, however, +305 the other way.
I'm sorry. I googled Florida Gulf Coast epic run, and I was gonna type nickname, but I didn't. I just hit enter. The second thing, drone footage of an epic mullet run, which is a fish they go to Florida. I don't know. Love Florida. Like I said, a lot of things unfinished.
You can say
down
that,
there.
Ryan, because you're from you
I-
own property in Florida.
I am a taxpayer in the state of Florida. Wait a second, we don't pay taxes.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know, I'm enjoying the.
Are you gonna run there just like
I'm going all in on Trump.
There we go. There we go.
Colby.
That's what.
Oh,
What
it
are- which way are you going here?
Love me some Florida.
I'm gonna ride.
Are you an owl or a panther?
I'm an owl. Who, motherfuckers? Lane
Oh,
Train
wow.
made himself available for the Florida State job. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna go with him. But
Who?
Lane Kiffin.
No, it's-
Okay. And I was high on
Wait,
this,
he's available?
I was high on this FIU team coming in. They've been a letdown for me all year. I thought they'd be much better. They've been struggling. Even last week they struggled more than I thought they would.
I was gonna say I feel like we've been selecting Florida International games a bunch too.
I am on Florida Atlantic to get it done. Florida Atlantic came into Western Kentucky last week, got it done. Ruined my bonus pick of Western Kentucky that blew a double-digit lead.
All right,
So
don't
you get
don't,
Hilltoppers.
don't
Yeah.
lie. You're gonna watch this game.
Most likely.
And who
I haven't looked at the time
who
slot
are
again.
you taking?
I'm taking the Owls, Florida Atlantic, -10.
Give me Florida International, Sean.
Wow, Ryan, contrarian.
Are we gonna have a layover
Fading
at that
the
airport
export.
on
Fading the
on
expert.
Thursday?
Thursday.
Florida International Airport.
What's going on at the Florida International Airport?
I just love their name is Florida International, so I just assume it's an airport.
I'm sure they're very diverse, unlike the National Football League.
All right.
Saw that
I'm
one.
gonna bet. I'm gonna take the FIU Panthers. I feel like the public isn't backing the Panthers. 10 points is a lot for FAU to give up, or to lay. I guess you're saying, and they've been. I don't know.
96% of the money on Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, come on. I mean, we saw this in the Packers-Chargers game. When you're getting 90% of the people on one side, you got to go the other way, regardless of how much it may make sense to back Florida Atlantic here. Wyoming, last of the six-pack.
Finally, a game I like, Colby.
Wyoming, 7:15 kickoff against Boise State in Boise, Idaho. -13.5 for Boise State, -550. Wyoming, +400 in the Smurf turf. Colby, what are you doing here?
Well, if you listen to the college experience,
I spend 2 hours a day listening to each episode.
my second number one, I did top 10 locks of the season for 10 teams win totals, and my second was Wyoming over 5.5 wins. They opened up the season with the win, against Missouri from your guys' beloved SEC, and
Wow.
and Craig Bowl, former North Dakota State head coach,
Putting the
you might have heard
SEC
of a guy named Carson Wentz who was his recruit. He's the one who taught him everything he knows about life.
You should look at Sean when you're speaking about
And,
Ginger Jesus.
and I really love what he's doing at Wyoming. They're a smash mouth football team, good defense, and Boise's coming off of a come from behind win in San Jose. They're coming back to Boise where they win, but they've been falling under Harsin. They're not the same as they were with Peterson. They kind of fall asleep at the wheel. Wyoming has played them extremely well the past couple years.
Okay.
I like Craig Bowl to cover 13.5. I think it's too big of a number. Boise gets the win.
Kramer,
probably.
what are you doing here?
Can you play the new sound drop of the truck backing up?
Sure, I can cue that up for you.
That's animal control backing into Sean's driveway, about to set a trap. Look at all those points for Wyoming. Trap.
Nah,
Listen,
nah.
The K metric is strong with this team as Josh Allen came from the trenches of Wyoming. Give me Boise State. Lay the points. Sean, my true you know what I've also noticed recently? Love our tout community, but you know what? The PR is now a common acronym for power ranking.
Ooh, okay.
Or power rating. My power rating on this number, Sean, I have this Boise State minus 21.5. This is a 10-star potential lock play of the season.
Wow, he's wrong.
Colby, hit the lock sound effect. Sean's really, I don't know, he's chatting over there. He's
why is
dialing up
poker
some
game?
porn.
Why are you telling Colby to hit the lock sound effect?
You're failing me.
I played
You're
the
failing
backup
me right
sound
now.
effect. I'm pulling up my information to make the case for Wyoming.
I knew I shouldn't have brought the whiskey.
Wyoming, 7-3
Focus.
ATS in their last 10 games, covering at a 70% clip. It's going to be chilly up in Boise. It's going to be much like the weather we're going to experience in Pullman. It's going to get cold up there. You're going to want those Cowboys. Cowboys, they know how to ride in cold weather. OddsShark supercomputer. I just don't know how to quit this Wyoming team. The OddsShark supercomputer has the game predicted 28.4 for Wyoming and only 33 for the Boise State Broncos. Wyoming, a strong ATS team, 5-3, much like the Broncos. I'm going to take the team getting a bunch of the points, and they're not a public dog, so they don't have fleas. Give me the nice and clean Wyoming Cowboys. Catching 13.5.
60.
Nice
They're getting
and clean.
60% of the money. Yeah, I mean, did you not hear my whole thing about the trap that's being set for you suckers? Wait, let's just.
I mean, I think there's potential money line play here.
I'm just checking to see how many picks I agreed with you too. Okay.
That's always a good
We
number to
both
be at.
like a golden hurricane. That's what we know.
Ryan, you're looking to fade our action. Sounds like you're ready to start your own sportsbook. And if you did start your own sportsbook, I'd recommend you head over to Ace Per Head. That's right, aceperhead.com. Hey, why try and beat the bookie when you can become your own bookie? aceperhead.com, they'll set you up. They got a professional betting site ready to go just for you, customizable. They come up with the lines. They grade the lines. They grade them immediately. You don't have to worry about all that aspect of the operation. Plus, world-class, top-notch customer support available 24/7. Some of the sharpest lines in the industry. So you're not going to get jobbed. And mobile, live wagering, huh? That's what the kids are into these days. Live wagering and doing it on their phone. Why not start your own business? Today's the day. Now is the time. Get going over at aceperhead.com/SGP. If you head over there, they're offering up to 6 weeks free. That's right. Get set up and you'll get up to 6 weeks of their award-winning sportsbook management software completely free. aceperhead.com/SGP.
Sean,
Yes.
real quick aside. Someone slid into my DMs. I don't know when this happened. I obviously don't check my DMs too frequently, but
I believe
told me we need to maybe stick to the picks and stop trying to be funny.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. As we've been picking these horrible games, it made me think of that. He's probably very upset right now as he listens to this. Florida International again. What the fuck?
That's right, buddy.
Well, bowl season's coming soon. Then Colby can't pick the shit teams.
What are you talking about? The Chimichanga Bowl? That's fucking.
Oh man, they're a cavalcade. Now the bowl, the bowl
Cheez-It
season.
Bowl. There's a lot of wild
Yeah,
ones.
the bowl season is an enabler
Rice-A-Roni
for
Bowl.
people like Colby
Yeah.
because it's a bowl game, so he feels like it's important. Ryan, you mentioned someone gave you some feedback about not trying to be funny. The iTunes reviews beg to disagree. We got a great one from @Welcome to UAB. Big fan of the program. Hit us up @Welcome to UAB.
We need that. We need that Cisco drop.
Enter the dragon. Drop us a line, podcast at sportsgamblingpodcast.com. We'll hook you up with some merch there because you've earned it with this sweet review. It's just simply titled The Best. Two grown men coping with their midlife crises by talking sports and gambling. They bring on guests a lot to help them with their gambling. They call their listeners clients, which makes me feel special. So I keep listening. Highly entertaining. 5 stars. Well, shout out to you at Welcome to UAB, longtime client and friend of the program.
Hell of a good guy.
Hell of a good guy. Okay, now we're talking top 25.
Ooh.
This is where the rubber hits the road. 9 o'clock kick in Minneapolis. Penn State, a -7 road favorite against the Golden Gophers. The Gophers plus 215. Penn State -265 on the money line. This is a tough one, Colby.
Did game day decide to go here? Or are they going to Alabama, LSU? Oh.
Guys, this is unlike the Kirk Cousin-led pussy Minnesota Vikings that play in a dome, the Gophers don't.
Outside, baby.
And they're calling for a nice 35 degrees, 20% chance of
Participation.
Jesus.
They're going to participate.
Yeah, and look, I'm rowing this fucking boat. Everyone's focusing on this Ohio State-Penn State game. I still need to see more out of Penn State. They've beaten some good teams, but give me this boat. Give me this boat and what P.J. Fleck is doing, former Northern Illinois wide receiver. He's doing it big time, and he just got a contract extension. So, hey, give me the Gophers. 17th in the nation, disrespect. They're going to prove that this fucking Saturday.
I'm a little worried. I would love this spot if Ohio State was next week.
Yep.
I think it allows them to focus a little bit more.
It's a little cold. State College isn't this cold.
Oh, it's fucking cold as shit. It's a guy who had 2 years at Penn State. It is insanely cold. These Penn State kids, they're used to hanging out, waiting for the loop bus, and just freezing their ass off as they go from frat party to frat party. This cold weather's not going to deter the Penn State Nittany Lions. They're going to roll. Give me Penn State -7. I know it's going to be the Golden Gophers Super Bowl, but Kramer made a great point. If Ohio State was next week instead of 2 weeks from now, I would think this is possible look-ahead spot for Penn State. But
I can still look ahead. It's only 2 weeks,
That's not how look-ahead spots work, Colby. These kids, they got their nose to the grindstone. They're doing things the right way. They rallied around the fact that someone made fun of their teammates' dreads.
How many sandwiches did you make Mike McQuarrie while you were there? Huh?
You didn't even bring up your point.
What's that?
Back-to-back road games.
Of course. I mean, that's a big factor
It's
there.
a big factor
Yeah.
here. They've now come off a stretch where they've played Iowa, Penn State, or Iowa, Michigan, Michigan State. There's some physical games going on right there.
Yeah.
I like Penn State just as much as the next guy. Not the stuff that Sandusky did, but I like the rest of Penn State I'm into. I think this is a tough spot for them. I don't think it's
Coming
quite
off a bye?
I don't think it's quite a look-ahead spot, but I do think the situational element of Minnesota is having the season of all
And
seasons.
it's just so disrespected. 17th in the nation.
You
You don't think that's going to be on the bulletin board all week? Come on now. This boat's being rowed. This guy did it at Western Michigan. He's doing it again at Minnesota.
I think there's something to that. And I think.
Wait, that just reminded me of the Vikings all-time party bus.
Oh yeah,
You
right.
wanna-
party
for
boat.
party boat. Sorry, if you're a younger listener, do yourself a favor. And,
Fred Smoot.
look up one of the all-time boat trips. Odell's a boat trip. Nothing on the original Vikings boat trip.
Yeah. I mean, it was as close to the Vikings from like the 800s as possible, right? There was
Yes.
there was pillaging
Yeah.
going on for sure. I'm going. I'll take Minnesota. I'll go with the Gophers, right?
Yeah.
Marion Barber, is he going to be in attendance? That's
Row the boat.
You guys
Row
are
the
you
boat,
guys are getting
buddy.
cute.
Are we?
You're getting cute. Come on.
Are we?
Penn State-
19-11 in the top 25.
This
Sean.
guy
Penn
spends a little
State's
time at
com-
Quiznos, and he thinks he's entitled to
Penn
just say,
State is
you know.
coming off a bye. I mean, a lot of those points would have made sense if they weren't coming off a bye with Indiana next week at home. So this is a perfect spot for Penn State. A great.
This is the
get-up
best
game for
team
them.
they've played on the road all year.
I was going to say, do we know Penn State?
But they went in and took care of Iowa. I mean, they went
But
in and
Minnesota's
destroyed.
better than Iowa. Minnesota actually has an offensive team.
I'm looking at their schedule right now, Sean. Who have they played where we're like, that's an impressive win?
I'd say their best win is Pitt, and Pitt should have
Pitt should've
went
won.
to overtime, but they kick a field goal with a minute and a half left at the
They
2-yard line.
beat Michigan, right?
They
Yeah.
beat Maryland by 59 points in Maryland. That's a nice win.
Maryland sucks.
Yeah.
I would say Michigan.
But that's
Michigan
not a road win.
Michigan
Yeah.
wakes up in the first half. Maybe they don't even win that game.
They dropped the touchdown. Michigan, that should have went
So,
to overtime.
We're on Minnesota, Colby. We
Yes.
can agree here.
Yes.
Now that we're out of the six-pack, now that we're into the 19-11 against the
Right.
spread zone, We're going Minnesota plus the points.
And even if John wants to quote that Iowa thing, we're covering. If
Hungry
that, you know what I mean?
dogs,
Yeah.
especially ones that are cold in Minnesota, run faster.
But the Iowa game, they weren't coming off a bye, right?
But Iowa has zero offense. Minnesota has an offense. They have 2 capable running backs. They got a good wide receiver.
Can I tell you the other sneaky part of this?
What's that?
It's an early kick.
Yeah, loving it.
You know what that means? Wait, what time zone is Minneapolis? Is it Central?
I would
11
imagine.
a.m. local time? Oh.
It's gonna be a little.
When's the last time Penn State kicked off at 11 a.m.? That's
it's a
normal.
1 hour difference.
That's normal for these. The body clock will be off. Come on, dude. I'm not backing.
LSU heads into Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Alabama, a -6.5 point favorite, -235 on the money line. Joe Burrow and the Tigers, +190 dogs. Colby, let me guess. You're all about Alabama this week, right?
No.
This is the week you hop on the Alabama
We
train.
Tigers on the podcast.
We
all
are
right?
Tigers.
And look, even though I took them last year and they lost 29-0
Yes.
at home, I'm doubling it up here. Alabama's played no one this entire year so far. Their best team they've played is Southern Miss.
Wait, is Tua hurt? What's the deal?
Tua's questionable, but he's probably
is that all
I
bullshit?
think it's all
Game
bullshit.
time decision?
I think it's all bullshit, but I think LSU's actually a better team. This year, Alabama's team struggles on the defensive side of the ball, had a lot of key injuries, lost a lot of players from last year's team. I think LSU is prepared for this. I think Burrow is the better quarterback in this game. Give me LSU to get it done. Sprinkle that on the money line.
Wow. Colby calling his shot.
Feels square sharp, right, Sean?
Yeah.
It's like terrifyingly square sharp. I too like LSU. The number is probably too big.
Yeah.
But everyone who isn't going to take LSU, like, I guess that's my, like, who watches college football and it isn't immediately like, what? LSU's getting 6.5 points?
Yeah.
Doesn't this have to be one of the few times where Alabama's laying less than a touchdown and won't get the majority of the money?
Right
Like,
now.
when is there another situation like that? And Alabama, 15-0 straight up in their last 15 games in its conference. So, I mean, we can talk who have they played, who haven't they played, but they're still in the SEC. It's hands down the best college football conference.
Ooh.
Not this year at all. I mean, he's just trying to.
I got to poke the bear. Come on.
The Big 12 is better than the SEC this year.
Oh.
You heard it here first.
All right, I'm saying I'm rolling Tide here. I'm not going to get cute. Alabama, I'm keeping it chalky. Alabama at home. I love Joe Burrow. I think he's going to be a great quarterback at the next level, but
He seems to have some fucking onions.
he does.
Did I
And
see
maybe-
that right? 200 to 1, 100 to 1 for the Heisman preseason?
Did you bet that?
No,
Yeah.
I saw it was available. If I had bet, I'd be touting
Yeah,
it like
that's what I thought.
he's now even money, I believe.
No, and I think he certainly deserves it. I think he'll come in and have a good game, but I think Alabama, I got this Alabama 35-28. It'll be a good game, though.
Who? Here's why I'm gonna take LSU because I am a fucking we Tigers, right?
We Tigers on the spot. Let's get chicken on the stick when we go to Pullman.
Let's give our boy.
You know
Ed
what? Fuck it. I'm
Orgeron
gonna. I like Eddie O.
a
I'm
little
switching.
credit.
Switching. You convinced him.
Give
for a
me
guy-
LSU plus 6.5.
That is not a smart man, and he has turned. The what was the one they always recruited? They had talent on
Well,
talent
yeah.
on talent, and
They-
never had a quarterback.
They pay.
Never had a quarterback. Never had a quarterback.
Ask Patrick Peterson.
Finally
They
got a
pay.
quarterback. I don't doubt it. That's fine, right?
Yeah,
different leagues, have different moral compasses. That's fine by me. I'm gonna go with the chalky. I think it's gonna be a chalky dog, because I just don't see who's taking Alabama in the spot. Maybe I'm wrong. I think LSU rolls here. Take the dog. Take the dog
Yes.
on the money line, right? You get the revenge spot. You got the fact that
Anytime I see Eddie O on TV, I immediately think of the movie Waterboy, and just him. Mama sit. I can't even do it, but he's like,
who has Alabama played that's any good?
Their best opponent is Southern Miss, Duke, or A&M, and A&M's wins are horrible. A&M's like 6-3, but their 6 wins are so bad. Their A&M's best wins Ole Miss.
Tua sucks. Team Burrow. The more I think about it, the more I'm just gonna say it. Ride LSU.
Team
I don't
Burrow.
But I guess it's going to be a field goal game. All right, yeah, I'll stick with LSU. Okay, here we go. Last of the top 25, Iowa heads into Wisconsin in beautiful Madison, Wisconsin. Wisconsin laying 9.5 minus 360. Iowa going the other way plus 290. Feels like a little high for this Wisconsin team, Colby. How say you?
I mean, they're mirror images. Wisconsin's just a slightly better offensive team, but I also would argue that Iowa's a slightly better defensive team than Wisconsin. So I'm going to take the 9.5 points. I know it's in Camp Randall. I know the jump around shit will go wild, but I think give me Wisconsin to win this one 28-20. Actually, that's way too many points. Give me it at 14 to 6.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
well, just like in a way, same way we didn't get to this, but the same reason that I think the LSU game feels like an under game, just because I feel like those games are always under games.
Yeah.
Iowa, Wisconsin, total under game. I know Wisconsin's kind of fallen of late, but this is the exact spots. These are the spots you take at Iowa.
Yeah.
These are the
Yeah.
exact
Especially
spots you take
again-
An
at Iowa.
ugly game where they're going to be getting a lot of points. This is what, like a physical team, this is kind of their dream cover.
Well, Iowa's normal problem is like when they play Michigan or Ohio State or even Penn State,
Yeah.
they all athletically they're at a disadvantage. When they play Wisconsin, they're not at an athletic
Yeah,
disadvantage.
it's
You know what I mean?
It's all
Like,
white guys.
They all eat the same amount of corn, and it's a lot of corn. Iowa, 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games when playing on the road in Wisconsin. Feels like another cover here for the Hawkeyes, right?
Yes.
Yep. All white guys, just like your DFS lineup, Sean.
I did start a surprising amount of white guys.
He went past the unofficial rule of 3.
You know what? I'm going to mix it up here.
What?
Oh, yeah. Getting funky, getting fun. Ready to talk about our new friends over at ExpressVPN. That's pretty cool when you already use a product, you already enjoy a product, and then they sign on as a sponsor for the Sports Gambling Podcast. And that happened with ExpressVPN. If you're a gambler or a sports fan, there's a ton of reasons why you may want to use ExpressVPN. Do you know you can get the international NFL package? Spoof your location, and then it's just like having the full Sunday ticket at a very discounted price. ExpressVPN. You want to keep all your network data encrypted, secure, and safe from hackers or other prying eyes? Maybe you want to look into whatever you're doing in the sports gambling world. ExpressVPN. Keep you safe, keep you secure. And again, great way to avoid local blackouts and maybe some location-based software as well. I want to say I'm from Chicago right now, even though I'm in Los Angeles. ExpressVPN has you covered. And again, try it out. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, easy enough to get your money back. And if you order today at expressvpn.com/SGP, you get 3 months free with a 1-year package. I know my biggest concern always when setting up a VPN was, oh man, it's going to kill my download time, my upload time, whatever. Turned on the VPN, tested the speed, turned it off, tested the speed again, exactly the same. So give them a shot, expressvpn.com/SGP.
Yeah, you can only do 3 tabs, not 5 tabs. Preloaded, sweet, sweet, delicious video pleasure.
There you go. Good times.
Just fucking selling
The slot.
product.
How's the slot?
Closing things out with some listener questions, of course.
Oh, what? We allow that, Colby?
We do.
Yeah. I guess. One.
Colby only allowed one listener question.
I love it. I love the power.
And it
move.
is from friend of the podcast, at cousin_mush,
Oh.
who really, Ryan, like you said, put a sweet, sweet mush on the Packers-Chargers game. He wants to know about the...
Well, quick aside, because
Yes.
I get the, I'm it's probably like 7:30 in the morning out here. I'm up. I'm getting the studio ready for the show on
Pregame
Sunday, the pregame show, and I get the message from Cousin Mush, biggest bet of the season on the Packers tonight. I just in my head, I'm like, that's all bullshit. It doesn't actually mean that. Of course, my lot goes down in flames. Anyway, he wants to talk about Baylor.
Let's talk Baylor, TCU. Baylor, a -2 road favorite in Fort Worth, Texas. Colby, what are you doing here?
I mean, I should have asked Cousin Mush what he was playing on this one because, he said the game smelled, and I get it. It does smell, but Baylor also looked like shit last week on a Thursday against West Virginia.
Long rest.
They got the win. Long rest. I'm still thinking Baylor's going to do it. TCU coming off a loss. I know that last time they played in Fort Worth, they beat Texas. Originally, I was going to go TCU. I need to find out who Mush played because I want to go the opposite. But I'm thinking Matt Rule and Baylor, just the disrespect they just got from the College Football Playoff Committee, they're going to be focused for this one. They're going to get it done.
I'm with you. I think this is a filthy, filthy spot if the College Football Playoff doesn't put an undefeated team in a Power 5 conference.
And they're coming off long
down.
rest. And Matt Rule is a legit coach. And I forget.
Patterson is too, though. Gary Patterson's a good coach. Yeah.
Matt Rule,
Listen,
though. Look what he does.
Gary
in these programs.
Patterson at home as a dog. I like all of the situational spots for TCU. I just think the fact that the College Football Playoff came out this week,
yeah.
I do think that creates this weird narrative where people are talking about, is Baylor any good?
Yeah.
So now they get that one more chip
nice
on the
little
shoulder.
motivation. And Baylor is great at winning by small numbers. If this number was no, I'm saying, like, you look at their scores, they win by someone on Twitter hit us up and said he would make a great NFL coach because he just wins by, anywhere from 4 to 7 points.
Yeah, the Jets interviewed him and they decided to go with Adam Gase instead. Great job, Jets. Great job, you fucking maniacs.
They really missed out.
Yeah.
Baylor -2, potential lock situation in this game.
Ooh.
Our gals, they're back. Better than ever. San Diego State Aztecs, -17.5, -10-10 on the money line against the hated Nevada Wolfpack coming into town.
Ooh. They
Wolfpack
looked like shit last week.
+705 on the money line.
I locked up and I hit Nevada. But gosh, was that the worst football game. People give me a hard look. I'm pretty lenient on I watch all conferences.
Yes.
But this game might have been the worst football game I've ever seen.
Never
in my
found
life.
a conference he didn't like, Colby.
That's very true. But this game, it was just one of those ones where it was like no one wanted to win the game. So look, our Aztecs, our gals, they've been a little tough for me to really pigeonhole this year, but they had a bye week this past week, and Rocky Long gave them 2 weeks to prepare for the air raid. I'm gonna say that the Aztecs handled business here. Give me 28-6. They beat Nevada.
Colby doing scores now. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nevada, not a good football team this year. Not a good football team. I pulled up the schedule just because I just wanted to confirm, not a good football team. New Mexico, still in your bottom 5?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, definitely still there.
Because I accidentally watched some of this game as well last week.
Oh, man, was it bad.
And I accidentally watched a lot of college football last Saturday, but this was not one that I needed to spend any time with. Lay the 17.5. Always not a good thing to do with this defense first San Diego State team, but I'm going to lay the points.
I mean, and Nevada can still they have 5 wins magically. They beat Purdue early in the year. They still got UNLV on the schedule, so they're still going to get the 6 and be bowl eligible. This is not one that they don't belong in the same stadium as San Diego State.
And the NCAA, unlike the NFL, can't blackball Nevada from making a bowl game. So, see what I did there?
Yes, I'm on it.
Just reminding people I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Give me the Aztecs. Nevada predicted to get 11 points according to OddsShark. They just don't have much of an offense. I'm on board with your guys' logic there that the Aztecs, after the bye week, they're going to be well rested, well prepared, and just kind of put it on Nevada, right?
What do you think they do on their bye week? Just like San Diego's version of soaking?
Just hot ass everywhere. Go down to Tijuana.
Just hot ass everywhere. Yeah, I mean, imagine being in college that close to a
catch
place
a donkey
where you,
show.
I'm serious though. Like, imagine if you it was that accessible where you were in college.
Oh,
Like for us, that was West Virginia. I mean, like we would go to West Virginia.
West Virginia was rural Mexico.
yeah.
Just everything like Everclear, like titty bars with full nude titty bars.
West Virginia is Zacatecas, Mexico.
Weird
West
farm animal stuff.
Anything you wanted to do, West Virginia was cool for it. I loved West Virginia. No disrespect to West Virginia.
All right, closing things out. Hot off the presses. Off a soul-crushing 1-point loss to Notre Dame in the FML Tour spot in Blacksburg, Virginia. Virginia Tech, a +2 home dog against Wake Forest. Colby, what are you doing here?
You know what? The Fuck My Life Tour, I'm starting to buy into this thing. And
It's real.
and for this to happen, I need Virginia Tech to win this game because the true Fuck My Life Tour is setting up like they're about to win the Coastal and they lose in Charlottesville.
Colby knows
Right.
exactly what's going to happen here.
So, and I've been impressed with the Hokies been playing a lot better ball than the beginning of the year. I know I want Wake to win in a way because I would love to see Wake play Clemson, where a possible spot if Wake upsetting them would make Clemson not be eligible for the ACC championship. But let's be honest, guys. Wake's a solid team. I love Dave Clawson, but he's at his ceiling right now. You can't just keep doing this. I don't believe that they can go 11-1 or 10-2.
Well, you
Give me the
nailed
Hokies,
it. They
yeah.
have Clemson next week.
Yeah.
And strangely, I think the Hokies benefit here because they're not. While they shouldn't be looking past Virginia Tech, always tough to play in Blacksburg, I think they will be. And fuck you if you think Wake Forest is going to come in. They don't play all the time. They're not used to the climate down there in Blacksburg. Unfortunately, this game isn't a little bit later, but now with daylight savings, I mean, this game is, 3:30. It's going to be dark by halftime.
Yeah.
The crowd will be into it.
Enter Sandman will be playing. Michael Vick will be coming back to have his
Sean,
jersey
I'll
retired.
say
Wake
this.
Forest is going to roll.
Is he really?
No, of
Oh.
course
I'll
not.
say this, Sean.
This is just how Ryan builds up these cases for these Virginia Tech games where they get slaughtered.
Oh,
I'm
I
falling for
Ray
it.
Crittenden's getting his jersey retired.
Colby's 100% right. Virginia Tech will the Fuck My Life tour will just have the glorious finale as UVA destroys a 15-season winning streak. It won't be this week. Wake Forest has the look-ahead spot, and I'm
Money line.
I've been
money line
to
here.
plenty of stadiums with awesome atmospheres in the SEC and the Big Ten that have 100,000 people in the seats. Find me a better place to go watch a game where there's only 60,000 people there. Find me a better place.
There's a place called Greenville, North Carolina. All right.
See, we're
Let me
not
tell you
even
something.
talking about that right now. Wake Forest not used to the atmosphere, not used to Metallica giving a shout out through the big screen before the game. And by the way, don't come at me and tell me I've selected other private schools up until this point. That's not important. Private school pussies. They've already come in and slaughtered Virginia Tech on a Friday night with Duke. It's not happening 2 times in 1 year. Wake Forest goes down. Disrespectful number here. My number is Virginia Tech -3, Sean. Lots of value.
Nope. No value. There's no value in picking a loser, and that's what Virginia Tech is. They're coming off a crushing defeat at the hands of the Fighting Irish. Give me Wake Forest -2 as the small dog. Time for the Lock Dog Tease presented by MyBookie.ag. Promo code SGP. Play, win, and get paid. Let's do this, Colby. Who is your lock?
My lock is the Georgia Southern War Eagles. Look,
Really?
triple option. Yeah, I like the matchup. I don't think Troy's very good this year. Georgia Southern's getting better as the people don't realize Georgia Southern's record's a bit deceiving because they were beating Minnesota with 1 minute left in the game. They also played LSU out the gate, so LSU had a
So
month
did you
to
say
prepare.
Minnesota isn't good, or
No, I'm saying the triple. I'm saying Georgia Southern's a much better football team than you realize. You know what I mean?
but they almost lost to Georgia Southern, Minnesota.
That's a triple option team. This happened. Michigan almost lost to Army. You know what I mean? Went to overtime.
Yeah,
Minnesota didn't need overtime.
All right, who's your dog, Colby?
My dog. Where's the value for the customers here?
The
The
clients.
clients, please.
Clients,
Colby,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Tulsa, give them $575. If you're scared, don't do it. But
Ooh, this guy's just tempted
Iowa,
me.
Wyoming, come on.
I'm gonna
One
ride.
of those is talking to you.
I'm gonna ride Louis. No.
Hokies are +110. You know.
I mean that's good value. Give me LSU. LSU's the
Oh.
play.
Oh, all right. A primetime dog, LSU, +190 right now over at MyBookie. Give us the 3-team tease, Colby.
Mm.
All right, we're gonna go. Well, Let's just knock Wyoming up to 19.5.
Okay.
Let's go.
A lot of key numbers there.
yeah.
14, 17.
Yeah. I'm going San Diego State down to 11.5.
All right.
And let's go. What are we doing here? Give me Iowa up to 16.5.
I'll give you 15.5.
Oh yeah, 15. My math is not very good. And let's just. Are we
That's
on?
all you need for the 3-team tees.
Are we already at the bonus lock edition?
Bonus lock, Colby.
Give me Ole Miss minus 28 against
What?
New Mexico State.
Oh, here we go. New
Minus
Mexico, New
28.
Mexico State, and UMass. It's the trifecta of teams Colby
There
loves
you
to
go.
face.
And by the way, UMass got house last week. It cashed in
it's
again.
My bonus lock.
And what's funny is you did that. I purposely haven't been putting it on the 6-pack. Our fans and you guys, my bosses, my superiors
What?
said don't put UMass on the 6-pack.
Sean
don't
wants
put
it for his own
Akron.
picks.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that's been my secret bonus lock
By the
strategy.
way, yeah, they're laying. They're catching 35 this week against Army. Sean.
Don't ruin my pick. Who's your lock, Kramer?
Boise State, lay the points. Wyoming, overrated.
Really?
Did I throw you off there?
No, I'm just surprised.
Minnesota plus 215 for the dog.
I like that. I almost went with that. That was pretty close for me.
Okay, let me.
Hit the.
Oh, sorry. Meant to hit the
Do your,
dog
do your
sound effect.
fucking job, bro. Do your fucking job.
No, I'm just imitating
Tease.
your losing dog.
Tease. Hokies up to 8.
It's a great tease.
It is a great tease. LSU 12.5.
Okay.
I've learned nothing. And let's go. I don't want to throw Minnesota in. I don't want the bad juju. So much like Colby, I'll make sure I get through as many key numbers as possible. And we're gonna take Baylor from -2 to +4.
What the hell? What's your bonus?
You
lock?
said he wins games.
No,
you
he
told
does.
me he wins games.
That's why I don't need to tease it, but go ahead, Ryan.
You
What's your bonus
just-
lock?
You just told me.
He will.
I'm fading Notre Dame again. Fuck you. Give me Duke. Notre Dame goes on the road.
I like
What's-
that.
what's
I like
the
that
spread?
spot.
Notre Dame is not a good football team.
It's a
Plus
hook.
8.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was 7.5 earlier. Now it's 8.
Dookie's +8. All right, for my lock,
Right to the private school pussy.
give me those. Give me that Baylor team -2 for my dog. Interesting week for dogs. All right, yeah, give me Iowa +290. They are they're just they can beat them at their own game. For my tees, Penn State down to 1, easy
Oh.
enough. That's how you tease guys.
That's perfect.
That's
tease.
a high value tease.
Take Alabama too. While
Another
you're at it.
high value tease. Louisiana Tech +0.5.
No, that's-
high value
That's not
tease.
a high value tease.
Yeah, it is.
PSA: don't tease college. It's dangerous.
And Miami -0.5. So 3 teams basically just need to win. And for my bonus slot, give me Army -34.5. Get that in now before that number moves to 35.
Wait. Is it really 34.5?
Yeah, they're
This guy-
playing
is
UMass.
he fucking jading the numbers here?
It's funny because normally my bookies shade a little bit more towards the public, which means people must be coming in with some UMass action.
There's probably some UMass alum.
Triple option, though, kills the clock. 35 points, a lot of points.
Sorry, Duke is 8.5. Please update that on the sheet. Thank you very much.
Okay. What? Don't want to be accused of switching numbers after we tape the podcast. As we've been
Colby's
accused of
unclear of how that works, but
All right.
yeah, it does. I was gonna say, didn't Army put up a bunch of points this week or this year on someone? 52 on Morgan State.
Yeah, Morgan State, one of the worst FCSs.
This is a good Army team, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, they're 3-6.
But they're better than UMass by a wide margin, as you can tell.
How
Everyone
did
is.
they pick UMass up on the schedule this year?
It's a
They're
recruiting
both
thing.
independents.
UMass does UMass play like what is? I'll be honest, I haven't watched a single minute of UMass football. Do they just are they one of those teams that just are they doing like fast paced, but they can't play offense, so the defense just gets wrecked?
Well, here's what's classic about UMass is they went and hired Walt Bell, who was
Okay.
the offensive coordinator of Willie Taggart's Florida State team last year. So I was amazed that he got hired at that, and they fired Mark Whipple, who's a decent head coach.
I've heard the name before.
Yeah,
That's
Whip. I mean, look, they weren't great, but they were putting up points. They had a bad defense. Andy Isabella on the Arizona Cardinals was one of their wideouts. Andrew Ford, former Virginia Tech quarterback, was their QB last year. This team, they shouldn't have fired Whipple. Whipple was not a bad coach. He's the OC of Pitt now. You know, they're not bad.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Well, this isn't the college experience. We're running out of time. Studio, the power's
Thank you
starting off
for
soon.
participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Thank you, as always, for participating, rating, reviewing, sharing on iTunes. Again, you come in with a fire iTunes review. You got some merch coming your way. Make sure to check out Colby on the college experience. It is college basketball season. Things are heating up over there.
Every day, picks coming out.
Yep.
Was that a sentence or?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
more. Go over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com, check the picks section, and check us out on the college experience.
There you go. And again, if you're in the Pullman, Washington area, or you're a Wazoo alum, hit us up. Give us some tips, what to do, where to go at Gambling Podcast, or email us, podcast@sportsgamblingpodcast.com. And for the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
I am the proud new owner of a Virginia Tech basketball to win the national championship 500-1 ticket. You're welcome.
What the fuck?
Kramer. Let it ride.